just stressing, smoking this green leaf, trying to stay alive. I'm gonna introduce y'all to two little niggas, you know what I'm saying? The Gambino Family.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It is Sean of Inside Source TV, and I'm sitting here with Tucci Man, formerly known as Lil Gotti of the Gambino Family from New Limit Records. And today, we're pretty much going to give you all a little bit of backstory in between how things started, how things went, and where we are now. So, to start it off, could you introduce yourself?
How you doing, world? Look, I'm Tucci Man, as he said before, Lil Gotti from the Gambino Family, and also I'm Abdul Kawi, you know what I'm saying, to my Muslim brothers, you know what I'm saying, to my Muslim community, you know, Assalamu alaikum.
All right, so a lot of us remember you from the No Limit days as Lil Gotti from the Gambino Family, as I just stated, but let's take it back to your adolescence. So how did you get your start? How did you become Tucci Man and so forth?
Well, let me tell y'all, you know, growing up in the Magnolia Projects, you know what I'm saying, in New Orleans, Louisiana, that's where I'm from the Magnolia, you know what I'm saying, both of my grandparents, man, they, you know what I'm saying, they had kind of like guided me towards, you know, music. You know, one grandparent, man, I had piano lessons. Another grandparent, I had guitar lessons, you know what I'm saying? So I was always musically inclined. And then, you know what I'm saying, my cousin, you know what I'm saying, Master P, you know what I'm saying, he came to me and set me down one time. He said, look, Tucci, man, he said, I'm about to go to California. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm about to do. He said, man, you need to be focused on this because this is going to be the family legacy. You know, so, you know, I was like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That time I'm running the streets, you know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people know, you know what I'm saying, you know, one of my close friends, you know, Stone, you know what I'm saying? We were real close, you know what I'm saying? I ran with, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of, you know what I'm saying, major people, you know, I ran with, you know what I'm saying, Duplessis, you know, senior and junior, you know, my partner Fino, you know what I'm saying, you know, she's not with us anymore, you know, me and Gangster, you know what I'm saying, we're close friends and Muslim, you know what I'm saying, Muslim brothers, you know what I mean? I ran with Levy out the Calio, you know what I mean? So Abdul Rahman, Deuce Dog, you know, one of my close friends, you know what I mean? So my history growing up, man, it was vast. It was vast, you know what I'm saying? In New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand that, you know what I'm saying, the culture of New Orleans, man, you know, it could take you anywhere. You can make it to be your best or you can make it to be your worst, you know what I'm saying? We have those options. We have that, you know what I'm saying, that capability, you know what I'm saying, coming out of New Orleans, you know what I'm saying, because of, you know, our upbringing, the heritage, you know what I'm saying, is rich, you know what I'm saying, your family, we got good family structure, you know what I'm saying, people say we poor, but it don't faze us, you know what I'm saying, because we make it one way or another.
All right, so now let's get into some specifics about your backstory. But before we do that, let me say this. I understand that you are the man that you are now, and that stuff, that's no longer you. You know, that doesn't define who you are now. But we got to get some backstory, though. So, from your adolescence, what are some of the defining moments you would say?
Well, some of the defining moments, you know, growing up in New Orleans that shaped me, you know, you got to know how to survive in New Orleans. You know, when you jumping off that porch, you got to know how to survive. You got to know the rules. You know what I'm saying? You got to abide by those rules, not just know them, but abide by those rules in New Orleans, because no matter what age you are, you know what I'm saying, you can find yourself, you know, lifeless. You know, and I give this a quick story. You know, just recently I buried my 16-year-old nephew, 16 years old, you know what I'm saying? He was buried in New Orleans, you know what I'm saying, because he didn't understand, you know, the seriousness, you know what I'm saying, of what we call beef, you know what I'm saying, in New Orleans, you know, that is real, you know what I'm saying, and anywhere, you know what I'm saying, the youth today, you know, they find themselves, you know what I'm saying, intoxicated, you know what I'm saying, by, you know what I'm saying, this destruction, you know what I'm saying, the destruction of themselves, the destruction of the community, you know what I'm saying. And I can remember back when I was that age, when I was young, you know, I'm 12 years old, you know what I'm saying? I'm running a whole Clickham shop, you know what I'm saying? I got recruited by one of the OGs, you know what I'm saying? Lesser Duplessis, you know what I'm saying? So I was like 11. So he telling me, he said, look, you got to run this whole shop by yourself. So I got a machete over the door, you know what I'm saying? I got a gauge in the seat, you know what I'm saying? I got a 4.5 in my hand, you know? So, yeah, you know what I mean? So you got to know how to survive in there, you know? You got to know how to survive, you know what I'm saying, growing up in the, you know what I'm saying, in that city, you know what I mean? Because, man, it is a city, gangsters, man. Is a city of, you know what I'm saying, piranhas. It will eat you. So you got to know how to, got to know how to survive. And, you know, I was talking with, you know what I'm saying, one of my brothers about it. I was like, New Orleans, the parents in New Orleans, they have buried so many of their children instead of the children burying the parents. You know, this is a thing that has become to be the normalcy, you know what I'm saying, in New Orleans. You know, so, you know, growing up in there and being able to survive that, even with my cousin P with his story when he talks about the legacy of No Limit, you know what I'm saying, and what he done, you know what I'm saying, and this is, you know, so I'm a part of that legacy, you know, I'm a part of that family, that's my cousin, you know what I mean, so, you know, I pride myself, you know what I'm saying, off of that, you know what I'm saying, to say that, you know, I have a cousin who came from the Calio, you know what I'm saying, from these housing projects, you know what I'm saying, and now he's a Mongol, you know what I'm saying, so that let us know, you know what I'm saying, that anything can be done, you know what I'm saying, by the permission of Allah, that we work hard at it, you know what I'm saying, and that we apply the right, you know what I'm saying, antidote, you know, the right methodology.
Now, growing up in the Magnolia Project, who were some of the associates that you ran with back in the day? Because I know you mentioned briefly, you know, having done a juice in LTI Scotland. So who were some of your associates and what led to that point in your life?
It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When I think about it, a lot of my associates, you know, coming up as a you know what I'm saying, as a young man in New Orleans, most of my friends, they was the OGs, you know, as I tell you, you know what I'm saying, like Lester Duplessis, I was, you know what I'm saying, myself, you know, one of my partners, Claudia B, is no longer with us, you know, gangsters, we all got recruited around the same time, you know what I'm saying, you know, man, we was running on St. Charles Street, you know what I'm saying? You know, we had a little crew, you know what I'm saying, was, you know, snatching purses and, you know what I'm saying, and stuff, you know what I'm saying, like that, as adolescents. You know, one thing that we understood, though, it's crazy. We understood that the people in our project and I was, you know what I'm saying, you know, in tenements, that they didn't have any more than what we had, right? So we were smart enough to understand that. So we went, you know what I'm saying, well, we knew what people had the money at, you know what I mean? But we, you know what I'm saying, we wound up getting recruited, myself, Claudia, and Gangster. You know, so we learned, you know what I'm saying, the tricks and trades, you know what I'm saying, of the streets. You know what I'm saying? We learned how, you know what I'm saying, how to be, you know what I'm saying, hustlers. We learned how to be gangsters, you know what I'm saying? We learned how to be, you know what I'm saying, you know, yeah, pistol toters, yeah. we learned to be that, you know what I'm saying? You know, by our, you know what I'm saying, our OGs, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was under Lester. You know what I'm saying, and who I was placed, you know what I'm saying, under for training, I was placed under Levi. You know, Levi's out the Calio. That's who I was placed under for my training. You know what I'm saying, which he's a you know, a well-known, you know what I'm saying, OG out the Calio. You know, and then coming up, you know what I'm saying, I had, you know, was my close partner, you know what I'm saying, my close partners, you know, Elvin Nelson Stone, you know what I'm saying, you know, this was a solid dude, you know what I'm saying, his character, you know what I'm saying, his tenacity, it was unquestionable, you know what I'm saying? Even my other partner, you know what I'm saying, Dub, you know what I'm saying, I was telling him the other day, I was like, Dub, ever since we was kids, we would look back on the pictures, bro, he was always a boss. You know what I'm saying? Always a boss. The way he walked, you know what I'm saying, was a boss, you know what I'm saying? So I used to watch that, you know what I'm saying, to try to mimic that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I idolized that, you know what I'm saying, at a time. But these was the guys, you know what I'm saying, that shaped, you know what I'm saying, my understanding, that shaped my means to survive, you know what I'm saying, in the so-called mean streets of New Orleans, you know what I mean? Because you got to have tactics, man. You got to play chess, you know what I'm saying? Because one slip, you know what I'm saying, that's it.
All right, man, you said some pretty big names right there, bro. So the LTI, you know, got any stories for us on that one?
Man, Scotland, look, you know what I'm saying, Scotland was the breeding ground, you know what I'm saying, it was the breeding ground for, you know what I'm saying, what was to come, you know, at that time when we was on the streets, you know what I'm saying, we were in training, but this was our breeding ground. This was what taught us, you know what I'm saying, how to be, you know what I'm saying, intelligent gangsters, you know what I'm saying, this is what taught us, you know what I'm saying, how to, you know what I'm saying, have mouthpieces, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, to talk, to spit, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you, it was crazy in Scotland. Now, I was known in Scotland, you know what I'm saying, I had a little protection ring, you know what I'm saying, that I was running, you know what I'm saying, in Scotland, you know what I'm saying, it was crazy. I had every white boy that was in Scotland, or lame that was in Scotland, they was under my protection, right? So I used to have this, you know what I'm saying, this thing that I used to tell them, right? I used to tell them, like, look, I could protect you from everybody because all of my homies was the big homies, you know what I'm saying, up there. You know what I'm saying? We had Stone, we had Dub, we had Lat, you know what I'm saying? We had One Fool, you know what I'm saying? We had Toucan, we had Big Sam, you know what I'm saying? We had Big G, we had George, you know what I'm saying? We had Bryce, we had Larry Slim, you know what I'm saying? You know, we had a lot of, all of them was my big dog. So I had to tell him, look, I can protect you from everybody, but nobody can protect you from me. Which it was a fact. It was a fact because Uptown ran everything, you know what I'm saying? In Scotland, Downtown had theirs. You know what I'm saying? They had their OGs, but we man, you know what I'm saying? We had that, you know what I'm saying? That real guerrilla squad, you know what I'm saying? We had the real guerrilla squad, you know what I'm saying? And we're no coming against that. So, you know, man, my grandmother, my mom and them, they still ask me, they say, man, them white boys, their mom used to come and give me $50, you know what I'm saying? A month, you know what I'm saying? They say, thank you for protecting, you know what I'm saying, protecting my son. Because the little boys that get 8, they would have got 8. And we was juvenile. So you got to understand that. That is how vicious we was in the juvenile, you know what I'm saying, in Scotland, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy, you know what I'm saying? Then we had gang fights, you know what I'm saying, up there, you know what I'm saying, everything, man, you know, Scotland taught you, you know what I'm saying, you know, how to be a man as well, you know what I'm saying, how to stand up and fight, you know what I'm saying, because we had to fight, you know what I'm saying, we had to, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, we had to get in that, you know what I'm saying, in that arena, you know what I'm saying, that gladiator arena, you know what I'm saying. We didn't have, you know what I'm saying, guns and all that stuff, you know what I mean? So we had to face each other one-on-one, so we learned how to be men, you know what I'm saying, how to be stand-up men. I remember Toto, you know what I'm saying, he's not with us, you know what I'm saying, anymore either. You know, I remember Toto, it was this officer, this young officer had just started working up there. So he thought he was like us, you know what I'm saying? He told me, man, I'm from the street too, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like y'all, you know what I'm saying? That's what he said. So him and Toe used to fight all the time, you know what I'm saying? So you got this grown man fighting a teenager. You know what I'm saying? Literally. I'm talking about these the busters in the head with handcuffs and stuff. They grown men. You know what I'm saying? You know, they ready to do us in. You know what I'm saying? So we had to survive those type of tactics. You know what I'm saying? We had to survive, you know what I'm saying, that type of violence, you know what I'm saying? That was, you know what I'm saying, acted, you know what I'm saying, out on us. You know what I mean? So this is what we went into society with, man. You know? Man, like, look, boy, you'll do it to me. So, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? That was the mentality. Not saying that it was a correct mentality because it was not. But that was the mentality, you know what I'm saying, that we had to develop to survive, you know what I'm saying, in New Orleans, you know what I mean? It is individuals, you know what I'm saying, like myself and older individuals, you know what I'm saying, that has to reach back into these communities, you know what I'm saying, to bring these kids out of, you know what I'm saying, that destructive cycle, you know what I'm saying, and that's what we hope to do, inshallah.
All right, man. So out of all the people that you named, is it true that Stone was the big dog, Killer Stone?
Man, everybody know, man, Stone was the big dog. I got something to tell you. Now, my homie, Stone, I saw Stone, you know what I'm saying, in my life, you know what I'm saying, like truly, like tilt his hat, like give ultimate respect to one individual, you know what I'm saying, that I seen. Not saying that other people didn't get his respect, but this individual, he gave, you know, from me knowing Stone, he gave him the utmost respect, like you official. And that was, you know what I'm saying, and that was Randall Slim, that was Don Brother. I mean, Randall came in, we had a DJ one time in the Magnolia. Randall came in the Magnolia, we on Magnolia Street, in the heart of the Magnolia. Randall, he in the crowd, he like this here, in the crowd, like, you know what I'm saying, there's no worry now, we on the other side of the street. So Stone see him, Stone do like this hit to him, you know what I'm saying, salute him, you know what I'm saying, he gave a salute back, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, and this was chilling. But it, you know what I'm saying, it was a statement. It was a statement, you know what I'm saying, of two, you know what I'm saying, individuals, man, you know what I'm saying, who were strong, you know what I'm saying, who was leaders, you know what I'm saying, being able to respect one another, you know what I'm saying, and understanding, you know what I'm saying, how to build, you know what I'm saying, camaraderie, how to build alliances, you know what I'm saying. This is what they were teaching, you know what I'm saying, even though some of the people, you know what I'm saying, that was underneath them might didn't understand that, but this is what they were teaching. And that right there, it was a defining moment for me because, you know what I'm saying, I knew Randall before I even met Randall. Like, you know, Dub used to always talk about his big brother when we was in Scotland. He used to always talk about Randall Slim, you know what I'm saying? He always be showing me, well, that's my brother, Randall Slim. So I knew Randall before Randall even much came home, you know what I'm saying? So when Randall did come home and to be able to, you know what I'm saying, the witness, you know what I'm saying, his unique, you know what I'm saying, potential, those were our leaders, you know what I'm saying? Those were, you know what I'm saying, those were our pillars, you know what I'm saying, in that time. And so I took from that, you know, from my big homie, you know what I'm saying, being able to give this, you know what I'm saying, other individual who was, you know what I'm saying, a leader of another project, to give him the utmost, you know what I'm saying, respect. And in no form or fashion to say anything disrespectful, but to give him respect, you know what I'm saying, that resonated with me. That resonated with me, you know, and that's the only person that I ever saw him do that to, you know what I'm saying. Other people, he respected them, but he gave the respect that he would demand from himself. You know.
Prices on my head, now I got 2 rock wallets on my bed. Now why they wanna see me dead? Nigga put prices on my head, now I got 2 rock wallets on my bed.